Bangalore is famous for its startups, weather and traffic. But having lived here for over 30 years, I can tell you there's a lot more. Hi, this is Sriram Sullia from Bengaluru city. I love eating masala dosa and drinking beer. So I'm heading out to travel. No, not to exotic faraway places, but in my city. Come along with me as I discover the vibe of Bengaluru. A few months back, Church Street was my favorite place in Bangalore. Until recently, this is my most visited place. Despite my recent pot collection, I'm far from calling myself a home gardener. So what does a beginner like me do? Find a master of the art and start learning. Purple okra, red corn, blue groundnuts. Sounds imaginary, doesn't it? But this is how nature intended our fruits and vegetables to be. What can't be found easily in a market can actually be homegrown. In fact, the best way to keep these plants alive is by making them part of your home garden. And Dr. Prabhakar Rao is the man to teach us how. Here we are at the headquarters of HariyaleeSeeds. We are at Aditi Farms and we have Dr. Prabhakar with us. Thank you so much for hosting us. Thank you so much for having us. Take us through all the beautiful indigenous plants. There are so many beautiful varieties. We've heard so much about this place. I'm so happy to be here today. Just take me on a little tour, please.
Thanks for all the kind introduction. Yeah. HariyaleeSeeds is not really my headquarters. There's just a small parcel of land. It is exactly 1 hectare. We came back to India in 2011. And that is the time I decided that I wanted to really show a living experiment where you will see the success of natural farming techniques, which in India are at least 5,000 years old. One of the most sustainable farming techniques anywhere in the world. It's definitely the oldest and definitely the most sustainable. I really wanted to showcase a parcel of land where from scratch I would use this technology and show to people that this is a sustainable technology worth exploring, and this is something that I would look at as the future of our agriculture. Yeah. We never knew about organic farming, we only knew about natural farming, and the two are very different. Chalk and cheese. Both are chemical free, but they are chalk and cheese, very different. So I really wanted to do that, and today I really started planting in about 2012-13 by the time I secured this parcel of land and started to do the agriculture here. And the soil, if you see in my farm, this soil by the locals here, it is called Nurju Mannu. Yeah, that means a very rocky, gravelly soil. And the locals here will say Ragi saha belilike kashta.
So it's not suitable.
It is not suitable even for millet cultivation. That is what the locals told me when I started doing a lot of work here. You can see that in the past 6 to 7 years it's completely transformed, and this is one of the things that I was finding in my favor, because I wanted to take a parcel of land that was absolutely depleted, which people say you cannot transform, and then show the success of natural farming. Wow. So it was all the more reason why I like this particular piece of land.
This entire challenge that you took upon yourself is not an easy one, and it requires many years of patience. Lots of painstaking process, I'm sure, and just the complete process of sourcing a seed, making sure that it's planted in the right way and watching it grow. It requires so much of determination to come back to it again and again and again. Talk to me about the process, doctor.
The why of it is important. Why did I work on vegetable seeds? Do you know, Sriram, every single seed that you will buy today in the market from a company seed will either be hybrid or GM. You cannot go to a shop today and buy indigenous desi seeds, nati bija. You just don't get it. Nati bija, you'll have to hunt, you have to go to some sante, you'll have to ask some farmers who may be still growing it, and they will share a few seeds with you. Otherwise, the nati seeds or the desi indigenous heirloom seeds, you cannot buy from the market. It's completely hybrid, okay? Which means the farmers have to buy the seed every season. That's the business model. Because if you take seeds from HariyaleeSeeds, you take it one time. From one seed you can make 10,000 seeds. You don't have to come back to me. The hybrid seed industry is based on the premise that the farmer will come and buy every season. As a result of which, farmers have stopped the tradition of seed keeping. Today in India, most farmers do not save seed because hybrid seed cannot be saved. So my point was that I need to bring these seeds back. I need to get whatever is there, start to work on it, stabilize it, genetically and environmentally stabilize it, make sure that you can make seed from seed, and then start sharing it with people who can then multiply and share it with others. That way the variety will not go out of this planet, it will remain there. Let me show you this. This in Ayurveda is called aparichita. The scientific name is Clitoria trenata. And
Did you say clitoria?
Yeah. Well, that's the origin of the name.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'll let that pass. And but this is the plant. It's called Clitoria trenata. It is a very, very beautiful and very special plant. You just put it in your mouth. You see?
Yeah.
There are raw flavors.
Yeah.
You can make a tea with this, and it's called the blue tea. Blue tea was popularized by the likes of the Kardashians and Shah Rukh Khan. Said that they had this blue tea and it helped them stay younger. And it's a fact, even in our Ayurveda, this is considered as a very revitalizing plant. Plenty of antioxidants which delay your aging process. On Amazon, this tea, dried tea, will cost you 17,000 rupees a kilo.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a gold mine right here.
Yes, absolutely. I tell my farmers, all you need to do is to grow this on your fence, not even as a crop. Grow it in the fence, on your fence. And one of my mentee farmers in Chikmagalur do that. His coffee was doing very badly because he had the old Arabica coffee. So I told him, why didn't you grow this? He netted 67 lakh rupees just from this. He had never netted that with coffee. With his entire coffee estate, he didn't make that money.
Just because of
of this. Yeah,
aparichita.
Yeah. So I mean, when you get celebrity endorsers, who talk about this, that's like really fascinating.
And that's when it becomes a
fad.
That's
when it becomes a fad. Yeah. Now, I know you have never eaten a raw bindi before in your life, Sriram. Okay, and I want you to just crunch a little bit into that, the tip of that, You think bindi is some kind of a slimy vegetable, which can't be eaten.
Yeah, and it usually has that little bit of gum, right?
Yeah, but what do you think of this?
So nice.
Isn't it?
So flavorful.
It's so flavorful. Yeah, it's so flavorful. And just imagine, as a home gardener, in a pot, in your balcony, in your terrace, you grow these. Yeah. You're guaranteed likes on Facebook, Instagram. I mean, you will get your followers going gaga. But more than anything, you can make seed from seed and distribute it to your friends. What have you done in the process? You have protected biodiversity of this planet. Biodiversity is a very big term. Most people say, okay, what can I do for biodiversity? Something you can do. You are immediately saving this variety from going into extinction. Just because on your balcony, you multiplied it, you harvested the seed and shared it with a few friends. And after your post on digital media, they will all want the seeds, right? So that is how we can keep these going.
So it's not just doing it for the gram, but also doing it to save biodiversity, and in the same time you get that satisfaction of being a home gardener, which is now I think one of the most important requirements, because we're spending so much of time at home. We want to eat good food which is as natural as it can get. People are willing to pay the extra money just to have it as undisturbed, chemical free. You're saying it can actually be done at home.
At home. Yeah. See, you're still crunching it. You like it. Yeah. It's addictive. Yeah. Come. So I have this variety from South China. This celery. It's the most flavorful celery ever. Okay. So one of my mentees, this techie boy, he came to me and he said, I want to intern with you. So my internships usually last about 6 months. They have to work here hands-on. There's no question of I will be in the city and come
literally
in the morning.
Get your hands
You
dirty.
have to get your hands dirty. You have to squish cow dung and cow urine together and all that. I want you to do from bottom up. And in 6 months, I will not only train you in the art of natural farming, but also I will give you a business model. So I have several mentees with whom I have done very successful business models, but this boy, I will talk to you about him. I showed him how to grow this celery variety. Then I taught him how to infuse salt with this celery juice. And that salt is like gold. Ask me why?
Why is it?
Bartenders who use this salt to rim their margarita glasses, margarita sales go through the roof. So his demand was the super
bars.
Bartenders.
Yeah.
You know, we are talking about the
Premium.
creme de la creme
Yeah.
bartenders. They were his. And they would pre-order his 6 months production. Even before he harvested the celery, his stock was sold. So 6 months a year he grows celery, and 6 months with that money he travels the world. He has no job. This boy not only made a business model of it, but he made a business model that gave him a lifestyle. 6 months work, 6 months travel. I mean, so
Can't ask for anything
you
better.
can't ask for anything better. To me, that is sustainable agriculture business model. You know, anybody can grow this at home because it's so easy to grow. So the key to raising desi vegetables is to make good quality seedlings. A seed tray is an essential requirement. These cost around 15 rupees and you can get them on Amazon. And you fill up these seed trays with the potting soil. Now we will show you how to plant the bhendi seeds. Sriram, let's see you do a depth of 1 centimeter for the bhendi seeds, which are roughly around 3 to 4 centimeters. Put it in, push it in a little bit so that it's about 1 centimeter. Yeah, now cover it up. There you go. That is going to give you a fabulous bhendi plant. Now once this is done, within a few days, what you will get is this. The seedling should be of this size, roughly around 3 to 4 inches. This height is ideal for transplanting. The main thing for you to know is that the pot should not be too wet. If it is too wet, when you pull the seedling, root ball will break and you will damage the plant. Ideally, it should be like this. Now you see me pulling out. Now that is a perfect plant I pulled out. So let me show you how this is planted. So we just make a little bit of a depression for the seedling. You just pull the seedling, you just keep it there. And the most important is you have to press the sides. See what he is doing? That is your trick. It is best to transplant during the later hours in the evening so that there is no harsh sun on the newly transplanted seedlings, and through the night they get some time to settle down in the new surroundings, and then the next morning they will be fine. You keep watering the plant and you will water till the water starts to percolate from the bottom. Now you can see water is coming out from the bottom. That means the water is fully saturated. And by tomorrow, this plant will be extremely well settled in its new environment and you can easily grow this.
Here we are at the yellow dwelling. I don't know where to see because every corner looks so beautifully set up.